Good morning. One thing I'm really looking forward to at the end of lockdown is hearing the stories of how God has been working in individual lives. God is meeting our needs on a day-to-day basis, and knowing that He's there with me has really helped me get through this difficult time. He has comforted me when I have felt anxious. He has provided peace and protection for me when I have ventured out of the house, and shown me that I can trust Him when I can't see the big picture and start to panic. God knows me by name. He knows Helen. He sees my weaknesses and He knows my strengths. He loves me and He promises to be with me no matter what I'm going through. He will be there. When I look back in the history books of the Old Testament, one character and one Bible verse really speaks out to me, proof that God is fighting for me. In the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 9, God speaks to Joshua. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Joshua had been Moses' faithful servant and had started fighting the Lord's battle at an early age. He was a soldier who had become a general, but the qualifications that made Joshua the successor of Moses was his spiritual vitality and his faith. As a young man, he constantly attended the tent of the Lord. He had been on Mount Sinai with Moses, and he and Caleb were the only ones to see the promised land with believing eyes. Trained by Moses, who had since died, he was now commissioned by God to lead the Israelites into the battle of Jericho and the promised land. Joshua knew that the battle was coming. It was planned before Moses' death, as we read in Deuteronomy chapter 31. God tells him then to be strong and courageous, do not be afraid or discouraged, for God goes ahead of him. And as we read in chapter 1 of Joshua, he repeats it another 3 times. I can only imagine what Joshua must have been thinking and feeling. The size and the duration of the task was daunting. The Israelites were an incredibly obstinate and difficult people to lead, and the absence of his mentor Moses must have been difficult to endure. But God was not calling him without enabling him. Joshua had 3 good reasons to be strong. God's promise of a sure victory in verse 5 and 6, his word as a guide, and God's presence as a sustaining power. I don't know what many of you are facing in the days ahead, but as our country takes baby steps of ending lockdown and life slowly starts returning to normal, it can seem daunting. If you're like me, you may be anxious of leaving the safety of your home into a scary new world. But we can be assured that God is with us, for He says to us, be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened. Do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And Joshua did win the battle. God bless you.